This is the 2024 Cadillac Escalade Platinum. Is it the ultimate full-size SUV? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today I'm at Orr Cadillac in Shreveport, Louisiana. We're going to go over the particulars on this Escalade Platinum and tell you all about it inside and out. If you want to know more, check out the link down in the description of the video. Starting here on the front end, we're going to have that classic Cadillac look, and out of all of the GM SUVs, full-size SUVs, you definitely have the most elegant look here on the front end. Plenty of LED lighting. I like the cascading effect with your daytime running lights right here, and those turn signal indicators. They look cool, so use them. And there's other reasons to do that too, obviously, but you can tell that that's LED by that flickering effect that you see right there. That's not really happening. That actually has to do with my camera, but in case you were curious, there you go. You know what's going on where that is concerned. Now, you will have a forward-facing camera here. The only thing missing is a front camera washer. Not necessarily a big deal. I don't know that too many people are concerned about that, but maybe we'll see that in the future if that's something you're interested in. The trucks from the GM lineup, at least the newer models from the last couple of years, do have a front camera washer. So, been there for a while actually, probably more than just a couple of years, but that's what you have. Now, four-wheel drive here, so a very capable SUV on-road and off. You have the magnetic ride control and air suspension, the adaptive air suspension, and what that's going to do is allow for a great ride quality among some other advantages. Now, a little bit of a different setup here today because I'm in the showroom at the dealership, but I can still give you the numbers on these tires and wheels. 275 on the width, a 50 series sidewall, wrapped around 22-inch wheels. And some of the greatest news of all is that you do have a spare tire. There is your remote for the Escalade. You can see everything that you have there. Lock, unlock. You can open and close the tailgate right there. You can also open and close or open the glass. You'll have to manually close that glass back up. Your remote start is there. And when you open that glass, if you're afraid somebody's going to try and jump in or jump out at you or something like that, you've got your panic button that you can use. And the power adjustable side view mirrors, they're power folding, turn signal indicators are built in, and so is your blind spot monitoring. And a little bit of a different setup here with the door handles, not only a combination of some silver trim or silver finish here and the body color, but also you're going to reach inside. I don't know if I can show that to you quite as well. Maybe right there. It's a button that you basically push to open the door. Now, these are going to be soft close doors. That's a good thing. So that means if you're the way I used to be when I was a kid and you don't close the door all the way, you don't have to worry about basically bumping the door with your hip. You'll also have the power assist steps here, and you can actually go into your infotainment screen. If you're worried about somebody door dinging your Escalade, well, depending on how tall their vehicle is, you can actually go into your infotainment screen and keep those deployed as they are right there. Obviously, when you close the doors, they're going to go back under the vehicle. And something that is a big advantage for the Escalade as far as the driver goes is the fact that you have the nice, tall, large windows. Makes it very easy to see out of, but there's many advantages beyond that as far as cameras, the rear view camera mirror, and different features such as that. We'll finish things off here on the rear with the LED tail lights. Again, very tastefully and elegantly done. Front and rear definitely being the most elegant look in the GM lineup. Now, there is a trick here. You have a power hands-free tailgate, and you'll notice the Cadillac logo down there on the ground. But let me show you something. What that is letting you know that's where you find the sensor so you can kick your foot underneath there. Now, I want to show you something. If you come back here and that does not work for some reason, here is the very first thing you need to do. You don't need to rush off to the dealership and go to the service department or call anybody or anything like that. You actually want to come right here and use this control. So what happens is that is actually going to, let me turn that off so that doesn't annoy everybody. Let's turn our lights off. There we go. I got rid of the dinging sound. But this is what you need to look at. And what's going to happen is it's likely to be set to off. So you need to change its setting, and then that feature should work for you without any trouble. And if you're going to go all the way, you might as well do the same thing under the hood. This is the 6.2 liter V8. For those of you who are anti-turbocharger, I have good news for you. It's naturally aspirated. It makes a strong 420 horsepower and 460 pounds-feet of torque. It's mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. This model is four-wheel drive. And let's talk about our MPGs. We're looking at 14 city, 18 highway, 16 combined. And for that 6.2 liter V8, you get 6.2 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. And speaking of the gas and mileage, let's give you some information you don't normally get in these videos. The gas tank size, it's 24 gallons. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, when you hit this button twice, the glass pops open. Something that we don't see as often in SUVs as we once did in the past. You probably need some really long arms if you're going to reach down in here to grab something, unless it's really tall and you can get it out. But mainly putting things in, I think, is the best option right there. And we'll open the rear cargo area. And before we start talking about that, you can tow up to 8,200 pounds. So depending on what you need to tow, those are your potential numbers. And there is plenty of space underneath the floor, as well as the tools to change a tire. I told you that you do have a spare tire here, so that's good to know. And we're looking at 25.5 up to 109.1 cubic feet of cargo space. And obviously that depends on how you set things up. We do have a power outlet right here, by the way. And the rear buttons right here are going to control the rear seats. Now those are power down and power up. The middle row seats, you can push the buttons right here to lower those if you want to, but you'll have to manually put those back up. And let's see if we can get those to go all the way down. And now that I moved those middle seats up just a little bit, there are the rear seats folded flat. And like I said, we can do the same thing with these middle row seats, as you can see. And that's how everything looks when it's maximized, for those who might want to know. And if you're curious to know, this is crystal white. The interior is auburn with black accents. Maybe give you a little bit better look with the door open here and have those lights from the showroom shining down. Show you what all is here. A very large armrest. I like the size here. There's plenty of it. We also have a very comfortable armrest as well. Some good padding. Nice large door bins. No surprises there. And you're going to have your Escalade logos here. We'll obviously have that on all four doors. Now, I did want to show you one thing, in that you can move these seats back and forth. So there is the ability to give your third row passengers additional leg space. And the seats are very easy to move up and out of the way. This front lever is how you move the seats back and forth on the tracks. And you'll also find that when we hit that one time and then we'll hit it a second time, that's going to get up and out of the way. And as far as maximum leg space goes, here's what I have. With the pass-through, I can even stretch my leg out a little bit. Now, the seats can come back to about this point, so if you're curious about that, now you know. And as far as comfort and convenience goes, besides having comfortable seats back here, you do have a couple of cup holders for your rear seat passengers and a USB port. It's going to be the same on both sides. Something that I like here that you don't see in all vehicles, especially in full-size SUVs, with 3 rows, or anything 2 rows, is the roof mounted, I should say. It's not a ceiling, it's a roof. The roof mounted air conditioning vents. I like that as opposed to having them down here, because it just seems that the air takes too long to get to the passenger. And when that happens, obviously the air may not be the temperature that it's desired to be by the time it reaches the passenger. And one more little trick here that I like. If for some reason third row passengers don't want to go through the pass-through and the middle row passengers hop out and forget about them, well, they still have their button right here. You can push that button one time and then push that button a second time. The seat gets up and out of the way and makes it easy to hop right out. And being that this is the trim level that it is, you would be shocked not to see the screens back here mounted to the back of the headrests on the front seats. That's going to help keep everybody entertained in these back seats. Hopefully both screens obviously can come on. I just only turned one on. But a lot of good opportunities. YouTube Kids, your passengers can watch Vehicle Visionary right here on the screen and enjoy that. There's a lot going on there to go through. Obviously, Headphones can be used, all that good stuff. Go into settings, easy to deal with. And again, those roof, not ceiling, but roof mounted air conditioning vents are going to be right there. A very nice setup. I really like how that works. Now, you do have the command center right here for managing the air conditioning. Also, a little bit of storage potential, or really I should say cup holders right here. That's going to be more, but you could use that as storage, I guess. But there's the cup holders, and then I like how we can illuminate everything here, and it's easy to see because we're inside. There are the connectivity options. Quite a bit going on there where that is concerned, and also the power outlet right there, so that's going to be useful. Very, very enjoyable to sit back here. It is extremely spacious, very comfortable, and I like the fact that you have grab handles right here. I am a little surprised that you don't have grab handles for the driver and the passenger up there, although you do have them technically as what I would normally call the oh crap handles. And one thing I didn't talk about yet, it goes without saying that it is here, but the panoramic sunroof, that front portion will tilt and slide open. And when it gets too hot, or you just want to close things off, there is the power shade. And one more thing I do want to talk about here. The armrests on these seats, while they're comfortable, they could stand to be maybe a little bit longer because my hand is kind of just dangling right there. It'd be nice to be able to have that be a little longer than it is. I don't know, maybe that's asking for too much, but just my thought on the matter. Maybe have it go up to the top of the seat right here at the very least, but that's what you have. Either way, these are very comfortable. And a major question to be answered, obviously. What is the sticker price? For those who ask about the sticker price in the comments section who aren't being sarcastic, and I love it when you do that because it does make me laugh. Sometimes people ask, and they didn't watch the whole video, and they won't know that I said the sticker price is $119,365. So now you know. And as you can see, a lot of space again for the armrest right there. Nice large door bins, very comfortable seating here, by the way. Heated and ventilated power seats for the driver and the passenger. Plenty of room within the glove box right here. Kind of hard to see down in there, but well, you can kind of see a little bit. There's a little light in there that helps out where that is concerned. Over here on the driver's side, we're going to have our heated and ventilated seat functions here. So nice to know where that's located. There's just so much here. I guess they just couldn't put that on the dash area where it would normally be. And all the controls for your power windows, all that stuff, power side view mirrors. And one thing also that I didn't mention earlier in the video is the fact that you do have the power folding side view mirrors. And all I did to do that was push this button right here. Pretty easy to deal with as far as that goes. You do have a power adjustable steering wheel, tilt and telescopically adjustable. And as you can see right here, that means we have Super Cruise. So that's semi-autonomous driving. I haven't done Super Cruise in one of these models in an Escalade, but it works the same way in all GM vehicles. So if you want to know about that, look that video up where I actually show you that. Pretty easy to deal with as far as that goes. And you do have a lot going on here with the center screen. Wireless capabilities for pairing your smartphone. That's always a good thing. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as you can see right here. So that makes things pretty simplistic as far as being able to pair your phone and deal with all that. You do have built-in navigation if you want to use that. And then we'll take a look at what else we hear. You even have trailering, because obviously you can do that. You have your video recorder right there. If you need to record video, I don't know if I can get that camera to work without turning the ignition on this particular model. And real quick, I am going to turn the ignition on in the showroom for just a quick minute, just to show you what's here. There's your different angles. You also have the overhead view, your side views, and you can hear that this vehicle is in demonstration mode. So we'll try and get off of that as fast as we can. But just to show you a little bit of what's going on here, there is your dashboard. There's a lot of configurability going on here as far as what you can do. And I'm going to turn that off just so we don't want to fill the room with exhaust. But you can see what all's here. Very easy to use instrument cluster, as well as your steering wheel mounted controls and also your shifter paddles. If you want to work your way back and forth through that 10-speed automatic transmission, you can easily do that. And here are the controls for the air conditioning. The only thing you won't see here is what I already showed you that's on the doors, which is going to be your heated and ventilated seats. But there is just so much going on here that I could really do an entire video just on the infotainment screen and maybe this area as well. So if you want to turn the auto stop start system off, right there is how you do it. Auto hold mode for braking. When you come to a complete stop, when you activate that, the brakes don't disengage until you push the gas pedal again. And your lane keeping assist right there, your shifter, which I think is nice because it fits very well in the palm of my hand. It does have some gloss black on there, so grab it like this. Don't touch it like you're playing a piano. And if you don't want to get fingerprints on your infotainment screen, well, guess what? You can do that, avoid that, I should say, by using the dial and the buttons right here. That makes things nice and easy. There's some connectivity right there, your cup holders. And this is your wireless charging pad. You just deposit your phone down inside like that. I like that because it makes the phone stay in place. And your center console, very easy to deal with, a little bit more on the options for connectivity. Almost lost what I was supposed to say right there, didn't I? And I did show you earlier that you have your upper console right here. I showed you this control, but obviously you can control a lot of things here, including the positioning of the sunroof. It does tilt and slide open, and you can open and close the power shade as well, which I did draw that forward. And something else that's very nice here is going to be that you have the built-in speakers into these headrests only for the driver and the passenger. Would you like to see Cadillac make that available for all passengers as opposed to just those riding in the front seat? All right, tell me what you think about the 2024 Cadillac Escalade Platinum. Is it the ultimate full-size SUV? Tell me what your thoughts are. I do want to say a special thanks to my friends at Cadillac for giving me the opportunity to tell you about this Escalade and show it to you in today's video. And a special thanks to each and every one of you for being kind enough to take the time to watch and give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I'll see you there.